Right now. Test. Why are the headphones down? I can't hear myself. Can you hear me at all? Oh,
Yeah,
I guess I don't have it in there. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Morgie. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, I'm not recording. Jesus. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. 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 1, 2, 3. Test. Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Test. Test. 1, 2, 3. Test. Test. 1, 2, 3. Good evening and welcome to Homer Center, Homer City, PA, specifically Homer Center High School for tonight's District 6 quarterfinal matchup between the Bellwood-Antis Blue Devils and the Homer Center Wildcats. We're going to get to the starting lineups along with the national anthem here shortly. Until then, stay tuned.
First for the visiting Bellwood-Antis Blue Devils. Number 9, Ava Patton. Number 26, Liliana Hardman. Number 21, Jessie Corrado. Number 10, Chloe Brown. Irving. Number 20, Haley McConnell. Number 3, Brielle Campbell. And number 15, Abby Waters. And now for the home-setting Lady Wildcats. Defensive specialist number 3, Elena Fabian. Outside hitter number 31, Megan Williams. Outside hitter number 32, Ashley Cole. Junior setter number 22, Mason Sardo. Defensive specialist number 28, Dana Cutshaw. Defensive specialist number 20, Maggie Berry. Senior right side hitter number 44, Heather Banks. Senior libero number 18, Maya Pachola. Senior middle hitter number 12, Gabby Page. And senior number 24, middle hitter Mark Kaufman.
And those were your starting lineups. We want to thank the official broadcast partner before we go any further. That, of course, is Club Savoy. Thank you to Club Savoy for sponsoring tonight's District 6 quarterfinal between the Homer Center Wildcats and the Bellwood-Antis Blue Devils. Joe Rhodes on the call. Beside me, Adam Morganti, bringing you the action here. The winner will advance to play either Portage or the other team is escaping me now, Adam. We were just talking about it earlier on the ride here. Nevertheless, getting back into this real quickly before they do start, Adam, we got a chance to cover Homer Center last week on Thursday for the Heritage Conference Championship. They took that trophy home and elated team. So curious to see how that momentum carries over into the district playoffs, first of all. And secondly, a couple really impressive standouts for us, particularly the combination between the setter and the outside hitter. That, of course, was Macy Sardone and Megan Williams. They were two of our 3 MVPs. That, of course, was a 3-game tournament there. Those were the representatives for Homer Center. So that combination, volleyball, always important to be crisp with your passing. It kind of helps everything from there. And certainly that was a big reason why Homer Center is able to call themselves Heritage Conference champions.
Yeah, with one loss in the regular season, obviously looking to carry that momentum into the playoffs. Another thing you mentioned is communication, really, in volleyball, where ball goes up in the air and there's 2 people to call for it, no one gets it. That's something important that if either team messes up with that could be a deciding factor in this match.
And Adam, that was a terrific point there, too. We kept complimenting Homer on its ability to kind of call each other, know where each other were going to be on the court at a given time. And certainly that communication you just spoke of, I think, is a big reason why Homer's having a historic season and why they garnered that number 3 ranking in Class A for District 6. So certainly the stakes changed. They're a little bit bigger now, and Homer hoping to bring home the home win here tonight. About to get underway with Bellwood-Antis to serve. Frost. Sardone with it. Williams. Excuse me. And point to the Wildcats to start. Look down for a second and missed who hit that, Adam. But that's what this team will do. You turn your head for a second and a big play will occur. So Homer Center taking the 1-0 lead here in set number 1. Nice save in the back row. So free ball across. Cardone. Williams blocked down, saved. And free balled across by Wildcats libero. Chance now, and the kill going to Bellwood-Antis. That was number 13, Adam. Lydia Worthing tying this one up in one apiece. Back to serve will be number 20, Emily McConnell. That one knocked down, but point to the Wildcats. In the net is the call. I believe it was number 13 there, Ava Patton, who was responsible for the infraction.
Yeah, when you go for a block like that, you can't touch any part of the net or else it's a point for the other team.
Bellwood-Antis now trailing, as you mentioned there, Adam. Back to serve for the Wildcats. It's number 32. Ashlyn Kerr. Jump serve across and off the hands of the libero and out of play. She might have been better served out and let that one go out. It was going to be awfully close, but Homer gets the point nonetheless. 3-1 the score. And the push, no good. Trying to catch the Cats sleeping instead. Another point to Homer Center. And the lead now swells to 4-1 here in set number 1.
Yeah, right idea. The aim for that corner, as there was a gap in the Homer Center backcourt, but just wasn't able to find that back corner.
Nice dig in the back row for Bellwood-Antis. And out of bounds again. Going back a moment there, Adam. That was number 9, Ava Patton. The libero coming up big. Nonetheless, that will allow Kerr to remain at the service line. And the Wildcats leading 5-1. Free ball across again, so Bellwood-Antis having a hard time setting things up. And that one hits the line. They let it go, and Homer does it again. Make it 6-1. What a start. Kerr becoming a sort of a fixture at the service line at this point. We'll go again. Cross. Patton received that one. That blocked, but saved somehow, but the point to Homer. The kill. Off some nice passing and a timeout just like that. 7-1 lead. So we too here will take a quick timeout on High Top Sports Network.
Protecting the things you love and how you do so is among the most important decisions you'll ever have to make. TGIF Solutions can provide you with the peace of mind by supplying answers to all of your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, business, life, or farm coverage. Contact the team at the Shellhammer Atwood Agency today in West Katanning to be sure that you, your loved ones, and the things that matter most stay safe when it matters the most. TGIF Solutions, insurance for what matters.
And welcome back to Homer Center High School. The Wildcats jumping out to a 7-1 lead. Bellwood-Antis a timeout, trying to kind of steady the tide. Set number 1, District 6, Class A quarterfinal. West Branch, that's the team. It just came to me. It dawned on me there, Adam. West Branch or Portage will play the winner of this one.
See, that's what the timeouts for to remember what you were trying to say earlier in the game.
Kerr with another serve. That one dug out. She's been mighty effective so far, has Kerr. At the service line. Cardone. Chance. Tipped. Sting in, but unable to come up with it. And the Wildcats' hot start continues. The timeout. Not to.
Yeah, it just seems like all the bounces are going Homer Center's way so far in this game.
And a miss hit there. So nothing really changing Homer. All the momentum here so far in set number 1. They lead 9-1.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Bellwood-Antis scored the first point. So if I'm correct, Homer Center's been on a 9-0 scoring run.
You are correct there, Adam. something you don't want to see if you're Bellwood-Antis here in a playoff game where the stakes are high. And another point to Homer, another ball out of bounds. So right now, see Bellwood-Antis having a hard time controlling the hits, a lot of which have been out of play.
Well, one thing I like to say with basketball is you can sometimes say basketball is a game of runs, and you can say that with volleyball too. And who knows? Again, it's early in the first set. Bellwood-Antis could very well come back and get a few more points here, get back into this first set. So, set not over by any means so far.
A nice dig for Homer. They keep it alive. One of the best chances Bellwood has had so far. Push, another save, and a tip over. What a nice play for Homer. Keeping the rally alive and out of play again. Some nice digs, some nice passing. Really right now, Homer doing it all, Adam, to find success. Picture perfect. Oh, I haven't updated the score. I apologize. It's not 9-1. It's 11-1. And Kerr will stay at the service line. We'll welcome you all in. We appreciate you tuning in to High Top Sports Network. Joe Rhodes, Adam Morganti on the call. Kerr with the serve. Push across. Dug out. A push and dropping in front of Sardone for point number 2. But Adam, you mentioned an 11-0 run there for Homer before Bellwood was able to break that trend. See if that point can kind of refocus these Blue Devils, Still trailing by 9 in set number 1. Sent across there. Number 15, Abby Waters. And that one sneaking in front of libero, number 9. Ava Patton unable to come up with that one. Homer with point number 12. Their lead is back up to 10. Right now, Homer making it look easy, doing it in all facets. Patton somehow comes up with that one. It's going to be a free ball cross once again for the Blue Devils. That one deflected and into the net. I believe that was number 12, Gabby Page. Just getting a little too close on that kill attempt, and into the net's the call. And Bellwood with a point. So you look at it this way: they've scored 2 of the last 3, Adam. That's got to be better than how this started.
Yeah, for going down 11-1. Like I said, volleyball can be a game of runs. So Bellwood-Antis could get a few points in a row and put themselves right back in this set.
Sent across. Williams with the dig, but a chance there at the net, and it's saved by Bellwood. I think there might have been a chance for 4 hits, but playing on. This one deflected again. Bellwood's definitely doing a good job, Adam, getting their hands on it, but what's happening after that is the problem. Another chance, another dig that goes over to the Homer Center side. Sardone. Well, that was a tough one right there. Kind of just barely trickled across, kind of in between ball for Homer Center's number 12, Gabby Page.
Yeah, good job by Bellwood-Antis. Homer Center had a chance a few times that set for some kills, but they were able to dig the ball out and force the bad hit by Homer Center.
And another kill for the Wildcats. Nice home section here. A rowdy crowd, as always, when you come to the Homer Dome. They watch their team take a 13-4 lead.
I say you've played here before, so you know all about the Homer Dome.
Yeah, it feels like a century ago now, Adam. And dating myself, it was 16 years ago this winter. Long time. Nice save there by the Wildcats. A dig in the back row and out of play. Unable to handle that one. Pat, and give credit to Homer. That was number 13. Whoop. Maybe not. I looked down at him and I missed the action. I got to keep the eyes up. Dig in the back row. Tola doing a good job in that back row, and the libero, and he gets it up to Megan Williams for the kill.
Yeah, just perfect placement on that kill by Williams, just right in front of the Bellwood-Antis defense. Just no shot for them to get a dig on that at all.
Back to the line for the serve is Isabel Bentz. She gets it across. Bellwood, nifty play there, but Homer right on it. Set across. That one's going to be well deep and out of play.
Yeah, a lot of times you see that playing volleyball where instead of going for the full-out spike, they try a little change up there like Bellwood-Antis did, but Homer Center was not fooled with that at all.
And that's the sign of a good setter, kind of knowing to pick your spots on that particular kind of play, as you're speaking of there, Adam. That one just kind of too close to the net. Tough play. You can't really blame number 10, Chloe Brown. And now a 17-4 lead, Adam, will get the Blue Devils to call a timeout. What are your general impressions here thus far?
Yeah, well, we've had a few good rallies between Homer Center and Bellwood-Antis, but like I said earlier, it seems like the ball is bouncing in favor of Homer Center so far. So who knows if Bellwood-Antis gets a few breaks in those points, it could be a little bit of a closer set. So really, it's all I'm seeing, and also there on a few Homer Center kills, there's just been perfect ball placement that Bellwood-Antis could do nothing about, but just a few missed hits by Bellwood-Antis and a few bounces not going their way have them in the 17-4 hole.
Though Homer is the team wearing black tonight, Bellwood-Antis trying to avoid being the ones that are at rate tonight, So we will see how Bellwood's able to rebound off of their second timeout here in set number 1. Homer kind of clicking in all cylinders, and this time of year, Adam, it's about not making mistakes. The team usually making the fewest amount of mistakes is the one coming away with victory, and so far that is Homer. Chance for Williams, and picking up where she left off in that Heritage Conference Championship game on Thursday with another kill for the Wildcats. That will keep Bentz at the service line. And 2 hits. So another point and another error, kind of unforced error for the Blue Devils, who now trail 19-4. Bentz. And another ball into the net.
For those of you that are watching at home that are new to volleyball, so it's best of 5 sets, and the first 4 sets are the 25, and if there's a deciding 5th set after the teams are tied at 2, that'd be best of 15. So it's best of 5, the first of 3 wins.
Williams with another one. And again, the passing right now for Homer on point. They lead 21-4, and you figure you get to this stage of the season, the playoffs, obviously having the best of the best, but Homer looking like the class of this matchup, at least here in the first set. Katola with the dig for the Wildcats. Down. Williams blocked, but out of bounds. 22-4. Homer Center. Bentz with the serve there for Homer. Back set. Trickles off the net. Sardone gets it. She's going to somehow get it back after the save. Bellwood right on it. And another infraction against Bellwood.
Looked like it's another double hit.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Adam. Self-inflicted wounds so far. Very evident on one side and not on the other. As you mentioned a moment ago, there are several sets to play. And several chances to rebound for the Blue Devils. Down. Nice dig by Patton. Free ball across, but out of bounds. Make it 24-4 in favor of the home Wildcats, getting to host a game here, Adam.
Yeah, and set point here for Homer Center.
That serve deep, one of the few errors that the Wildcats have committed here in set number 1.
Yeah, I think that's the first bad serve I've seen really on either side. But Homer Center is, you really can't ask for much more of a better performance by them so far in this first set.
Absolutely, Adam. Back to serve now for Bellwood-Antis is Chloe Brown. And that's going to get a point from the Wildcats. So 2 consecutive points for Bellwood-Antis, something that's yet to occur here. Match point, or set point, excuse me. Serve long, and set number 1 goes to the Wildcats. So we will take a quick break and bring you set number 2 here on High Top Sports Network. For Adam Morganti, my name is Joe Rhodes. We'll be right back on this Club Savoy game night on High Top Sports Network.
Just finishing up a 100% outside renovation project at Containing Store. Don't miss out. Come and see us. Check out our Pennsylvania skill game room. We have the newest machines, the newest games. We have 5 machines. We're about to add a 6th machine. $10,000 jackpots on all 6 machines. Don't miss out on a chance to win. We have the lowest possible prices and the best quality of anybody in the area. We'll take it up against anybody in the area. We put our stamp of approval, #SableMeat, on every single package, and we're here to serve you every single day. We also have chef-prepared, chef-quality prepared sushi, everyday fresh, and Sushi Wednesday, $5 sushi rolls, and you can win by liking and sharing our favorite page, Sushi Madness shirt. Don't forget to check out our millions of bakery deli products that we're making fresh every day. Appreciate all the support out there. We can't do what we do without you. Come and see us.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Homer Center taking a 1-0 lead thanks to a 25-5 victory in set number 1. But anything can happen. That's why, as you mentioned, Adam, there are the possibility of 5 games. At least you can play as 3. While we have a chance, want to mention you heard the starting lineups, but the coaches for Bellwood-Antis is head coach Janelle McKinney, assistant coach Sophie Domino, and as for the Homer Center coaching staff, assistant coach Sarah Fulton, and head coach Hope Phi. Watching this Homer Center team, Adam, on Thursday at the Heritage Conference Championship at IUP. This Homer Center team is very loose. They keep things kind of loose and always sort of having fun. And you mentioned it on the ride down here, and kind of talking about your own playing career, that you got to kind of keep it loose, especially when the stakes get bigger and you don't let the lights get too bright, by kind of having as much fun as you can.
Yeah, and the head coach for Homer Center talked to us before the game, Coach Hope Fain. She said she was nervous going on to the game, and we basically told her, you're here, you got to really just, you're here for the ride, you just got to embrace the run you have in the playoffs and have a chance of winning it all. Or Hope Phi, excuse me.
Oh, she won't care. She's an understanding gal. She'll forgive you, Adam. So Homer, you always wonder when stoppages between sets like this. Obviously, there's a little bit of a break in between, and is that enough to help the team that kind of fell behind in set number 1? And can the team that was doing so well, like the Wildcats were, be able to sustain what they were doing? We shall find out here in set number 2. Again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight on High Top Sports Network on this Club Savoy game night. The Wildcats looking to advance to the semifinals with a victory. West Branch or Portage to be that opponent. Pushed across save. Sardone now with it. And into the net. So Bellwood-Antis will feel hopeful getting that first point. But again, Adam, they did in the first set, and that didn't fare well for them.
Yeah, then Homer Center scored 11 consecutive points after that.
Haley McConnell back to serve for the Blue Devils. Buggy, the dig on the other end. That went into the net, saved by Sardone, but a point to the Blue Devils. Will retain the serve and take a 2-0 lead, something that seemed far out of reach in set number 1. Con on the serve. Sardone's going to set up on the other side. Buggy with the push. Save. Nice job in the front row there by number 24. Marley Kaufman. There's a block saved, but a carry. I think that's going to be the call. It is. Oh, no, there's the end of the net. Almost looked like there was a possibility for it, but into the net was the call. What do you think of District 6 volleyball so far, Adam?
Exciting so far. This is my first time watching District 6 volleyball, but yeah, Homer Center haven't really made many errors in this match so far.
Assuming your first time in the Homer Dome as well, Adam.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a sight to behold. It's Kaufman trying to push that over the defender. This one blocked. Sardone on it. Set. Williams. And out of bounds. So another point to Bellwood-Antis, a 3-1 lead.
Timeout called by Homer Center.
No, there was looked like there was something, a mask fell off or something of the sort. Not sure.
Oh, looked like the official to me signaled timeout. So out and looked like Coach Fi was right next to the official. That's why I thought it was timeout.
So Homer gets the serve back. Oh, I'm sorry. They're going to say a point to Homer back there. So the score's 2-2. I got mixed up there. Some miscommunication. And that's a sneaky shot right there. Cross court by Megan Williams.
You mentioned the Homer Dome for volleyball. Where I went to school, Freeport, their volleyball team's really good. And the atmosphere for volleyball games, it was just very, very intense. It was an electric atmosphere for volleyball games.
And unable to handle the serve, where the Blue Devils give credit to number 32. That, of course, is Ashley Kerr with the ace. She had an excellent run there at the service line in set number 1. Adam felt like she was standing there for a while. Jump serve by Kerr across. Kind of dug out by a collarbone. Sardone. To Kaufman, but another error into the net. I believe that's what it looked like.
Looked like to me, Bellwood-Antis maybe got into the net a little early, but point does go to the Blue Devils.
I'm going to say I'm very confused here. We're trying to keep up with the score, but it says 4-3. So I'm going to trust that they know what they're doing here to Homer. Serve across for the Blue Devils. Fatola with the dig. Sardone blocked, and a nice block at that. But the save out of bounds by Fatola. Couldn't make out who that was. I believe it's number 13, Adam, for Bellwood-Antis. That, of course, Lydia Worthing with an excellent defensive play to tie this one up at 4-apiece. Sardone, Williams, and unstoppable. It is the combination of Sardone and Williams. I mentioned, Adam, that they were excellent, that combination in particular, at the KCAC on Thursday. And they're picking up right where they left off, as I said. Here's Fatula. Libero sends it across. Blocked, but comes down on the Homer Center side of things. So Bellwood-Antis retakes the lead. Now the score says 5-5. I'm so confused, Adam. I don't know if there were 2 points there.
No, it was 5-4 before that. I don't think they added an extra point.
I'm going to just start manually doing it myself instead of looking up there. And point to Homer again, another in the net call. So that's been a handful of those, Adam, that have plagued the Blue Devils. Another one right there. Buggy with the serve. Trickles off the top of the net and falls in. So everything going Homer's way here so far today.
Yeah, when the
ball score is 7-5, I'm so confused, Adam.
Yeah, when the ball grazes the net like that, it can be a little tricky. You're kind of like in your defensive position. You're just suddenly off position as soon as it hits the net like that.
And that one just on a 50-50 ball and ready and waiting for it was number 12, Gabby Page.
Also our national anthem singer before tonight's match. She did a very good job with the anthem.
Excellent job. Chance for the Blue Devils and a point. Once again.
Looked like another in the net violation.
It's a double hit. I think he put a signal for it. But again, these errors, the glaring weakness of this Bellwood-Antis team that has had an excellent season, the number 6 seed here in the District 6 Class A bracket. And a tough play there. Williams decides to get out of the way in favor of letting Ashlyn Kerr get it, but that one drops in and a point to the Blue Devils, who trail by 3.
Bellwood-Antis already eclipsing their point total from last set.
That's a great point here, Adam. At that point, obviously, Homer had 25 points, now just 9, so certainly an improvement. Sardone Williams, and just like nearly every time she has a chance here in this near side, that outside hitter, Megan Williams, with another kill, and the Wildcats go up by 4. Try to give you an update when we have one. Another game here on High Top Sports Network. If you want to bounce back and forth, a game between Bishop Carroll and West Shamokin. West Shamokin, the number 4 seed. Bishop Carroll, the number 12 seed. And a back set there, but into the net.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, sometimes teams like to, instead of go for the fastball kill, try to hit you with the changeup, but that time didn't work for Bellwood-Antis.
A dig, but out of bounds. Just too hot to handle. And now a 12-6 advantage, and Bellwood-Antis with yet another timeout. So it looked like Bellwood got off to a better start. You mentioned some things there, Adam, but here they are going in a little run of their own, up by 6.
Yeah, and once again for Homer Center, the biggest thing sometimes in this game is that they're not beating themselves. Really, not many missed hits. Really, all of their kill attempts have been pretty accurate. They've had a few points where they've hit the ball a little too hard and out of bounds. But yeah, for the most part for Homer Center, they're playing error-free volleyball.
And just as we mentioned there a moment ago, trying to get a score for that West Shamokin game, our good friend Jake DeLuca on the call over there. West Shamokin winning set number 1, 25-9. So West Shamokin with a pretty convincing win in their first set, just as Homer did here. You know, if things somehow could play out, you could have an all-Heritage Conference District 6 matchup between these Wildcats and Wolves of West Shamokin, as the case was in the Heritage Conference Championship. Adam?
West Shamokin, former WPIAL team, when I believe it was maybe their last year in the WPIAL, they made the finals and lost to Freeport that year.
And they are the actual defending District 6 champion, Adam. High Top Sports Network, was there a year ago at Central Cambria High School to watch the Wolves win the trophy, and a kill from the back row into the net. And boy, oh boy, these mishits and errors for the Blue Devils catching up to them now. Their serve for the Wildcats, as it feels like the case has been here all night. Kill attempt, cross butt, block down, excellent block. Saved by Sardone, kill attempt, and almost a collision there. So Bellwood-Antis able to stop this Homer Center run. They trail by 5. Corrado with the serve for Bellwood. Blocked, but out of bounds. Another nice job of kind of hitting that kind of around the defense, not letting it get knocked straight down. On the kill was Gabby Page. She'll head back to the service line. Her team leading 14-7. Long but drops in. Second such instance of that happening. Bellwood deciding to let a serve go that finds its way inside the painted lines and make it 15-7. Page will remain at the service line. Her team looking like they're going to run away with set number 2 unless Bellwood can right the ship. Trying to hit a cross-court shot, probably the right idea because the defense had kind of collapsed over and unable to Get it over the net was number 32, Ashlyn Kerr. You said it a moment ago, Adam, this mistake-free way in which Homer is playing at the moment. It's a big part in why the score is so one-sided, and errors continue for Belmont. That one into the net. 16-8.
You mean Bellwood?
What did I say?
You said Belmont.
Belmont.
Like Belmont Ice Cream.
Exactly. I'm in the Belmont so much, I might as well say that. Luckily, we don't, on the High Top Sports Network, encounter too many Blue Devils or Wildcats, so.
Yeah.
And Sardone across the line on the serve, so.
Well, if Katanning and Fort Seed didn't merge our phone, we'd have the Katanning Wildcats.
That's correct. Sabres and Wildcats turned into Riverhawks. Those same Riverhawks you speak of are playing your alma mater here in these volleyball playoffs. Whippeal semifinals, both teams clinching a spot in the state tournament. So
I believe that game's tomorrow.
You are correct. Unfortunately, we won't be there. And a back row attempt by Patton, but that one was hit with some force and unable to come up with it. And the score now 17-9. I feel like we just sat down and started talking at him, and here we are, just 7 points possibly for the Wildcats away from a 2-0 victory, and it's only 7:30. Patton, the dig, set, free ball, and this one's out of bounds. And just nothing going Blue Devils' way right now. 18-9.
Yeah, earlier on in the set, it was tied at 4, but Homer Center just got on a big run, and Bellwood-Antis really hasn't been able to put together a string of where they've scored multiple points.
And that kill attempt just a bit deep. Nice attempt nonetheless by Lydia Worthing. Make it 19-9, set number 2. Homer Center with a 1-0 lead. Or 1 sets to none lead, I should say. That one dug out, comes back, ricochets off a teammate. Some of these hard serves by Homer. In this case, Kerr. Unable to be brought in. So it's 20-9 now. Barring a huge swing. Homer looking like they're going to take 2 sets to none lead. There's another point. Unable to dig it out for the Blue Devils. I can tell you now that if Homer Center does, in fact, come away with the victory, High Top Sports Network will be on the road. Well, it'll be on the road if it's West Branch. If West Branch can beat Portage tonight, that will send Homer Center, or the winner of this game, that direction. But if it's West Branch, then the Wildcats will have to hit the road. And a nice block attempt, but that one falls in again. And you mentioned a 4-4 game here. It felt like just moments ago, and you said Bellwood-Antis stringing a couple consecutive points together, something they did only once in the first set.
Yeah, and you blinked twice, and it's 22-9 pretty much.
I feel like I just blinked once, and you have to blink the second time, Adam. So that will send Kerr to the service line. Nice downward motion on that one. Diving in off the hands of the back row of Bellwood-Antis. And yet another point. As I said, you hit the playoffs and you expect some parity and some kind of a good game, but so far it's been all Homer Center and into the net right there for a Bellwood-Antis point. So they've reached double digits now, 23-10. And back to serve for Bellwood is Abby Waters. Sent across. Sardone. It's a little give and go here, and a miss hit on the Homer Center side.
Almost the announcer jinx is in place, because that's back-to-back times where Homer Center has hit the ball into the net after seeing they've been pretty much playing error-free volleyball so far.
Bellwood looking to set something up. Kill attempt into the top of the net, save, but a carry. That is indeed the call. And now we are at set point once again, 24-11. And that will send the one and only Marley Kaufman back to the service line. Looking to end this second set. Bellwood will do that themselves by another hit out of bounds. A 25-11 victory for the Wildcats, who are clicking on all cylinders here right now, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looked like Bellwood-Antis was going to hang with Homer Center, but give Homer Center credit. When they got up 17-9, it almost seemed like an insurmountable lead for them. They were just able to hang on, and just Homer Center just limiting the self-inflicted wounds for them.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds indeed. And, that's the one thing. You got to get out of your own way to compete in the playoffs. And you said you didn't even blink twice, and that set was over as well. It's hard to believe. I almost got lost there, Adam, believing we were still in set number one, just with how quickly it was over. So a really tough deficit now for Bellwood-Antis. No choice but to win 3 consecutive. Well, if you have 50-50 out there, it's 3-8.
I think you'd give them the mic for it.
You would think. Put a set of pipes on that guy. Gotta admire someone who doesn't need a mic. People told me that about myself, Adam, so that's why I guess I appreciate it. Guess that's why we're doing what we do, huh?
Yup.
Yeah, haven't really had a chance to really talk much about anything else except this game. It's just moved along very quickly.
Well, the last time these two teams faced each other in both the regular season and postseason was back almost this time 11 years ago, back on November 2nd, 2010, where Bellwood-Antis won in straight sets 3-0 in the playoffs. So Homer Center's a set away from completely having the opposite result from that match 11 years ago.
Yeah, that's some fact-finding right there, my man. I appreciate that. 11 years between, and that was the playoffs you mentioned, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure the Homer Center players from 11 years ago are rooting for their fellow Wildcats. Get some revenge on the Blue Devils.
And the last playoff win for Bellwood-Antis was on October 20th, 2019, where they beat Penns Valley area 3-1. And last year in the playoffs for Homer Center, they beat Ferndale 3-0. And then one of the teams they could possibly face in the semifinals, they lost to West Branch in the next round 3-2 last year.
And West Branch, one of those possible opponents that the winner of this one could face. As mentioned, West Branch taking on Portage. We don't have that on High Top Sports Network, unfortunately, so can't give you an update on that one. But I'm sure Homer fans are already interested in finding out that information. They lead 2-0 heading into set number 3. And a picture-perfect 2-set start for the Wildcats. Again, I want to thank tonight's official broadcast partner, Club Savoy, excuse me. Appreciate the contributions to tonight's broadcast and allowing us to do what we do and shine a spotlight on these tremendous athletes, especially this time of year when so hard to get to games. And know that NFHS, a organization I don't care for very much, Adam, get to pay for it this time of year. So we're proud to be doing this and proud to be bringing this service to the folks tuning in. Set number 3 and in. So Bellwood-Antis with the first point, but that's been the case. The first 2 sets, and it didn't really help them out that much.
Yeah, that was just a perfectly placed shot in the back corner where no Homer Center defender was. And also, happy late Halloween to those of you that are watching.
Absolutely. Did you have a good spooky day, Adam?
I did. We only got 2 trick-or-treaters though at our house, but more candy for us, always a good thing.
Always. That one deflected, kept alive. Chance for Bellwood. But a point to the Wildcats. They're tied up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, 4 hits on that one as kill attempt and went into the net and then tried to hit it over. But three hit maximum for team before you have to get it over to the side. Looked like another net violation there by Bellwood-Antis.
Indeed, it was. And man, oh man, I wish we had more resources. It's just you and me here. We're doing camera, talking, running the scoreboard, and everything else we do. I wish I had stats because I'd love to know how many balls have either gone into the net or out of play. In another such case there, it might have, not sure if the block, if there was a hand on it, but another thing to point out about these Wildcats right now, Adam, is the fact that they are setting up a really good wall. You see that two-person wall there, and it's been mighty effective. Bellwood having its troubles with it. Nice save there by Bellwood. Chance. Kaufman with the kill off the set from Sardone. Score is now 4-1. Real quickly, Jake DeLuca at West Shamokin informs me that the score is now 2-0 for West Shamokin. They won set number 2, 25-21, so they are leading 2-0 over there as well. So two Heritage teams having success here on High Top Sports Network. Buggy trying to find a soft spot in that defense, Cross court, Homer on top of it. Another chance deflected. Free ball across. Free ball across for Homer. One of the few occasions they weren't able to set themselves up. Well, going to set to no man's land and a point to the Wildcats. Tell you what, I feel like I'm going to be hearing that in my sleep here tonight, Adam, as many times as I've said it.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the last rally before this past one you just saw. That set for Homer Center, it grazed the net, and you saw that happen in the last set, and it fell to the ground for an ace. But even though Homer Center got the point, Bellwood-Antis did a better job of getting that, being able to save that ball from hitting the ground after it grazed off the net.
And a nice block attempt for Bellwood. That was number 13, Lydia Worthing, but deflects out of bounds. And another point to Homer. And I should note this as well. The service for Homer has been excellent. The handling the Homer Center serves have been difficult.
And as you say that,
Yep.
There's one that goes out of bounds.
Commentators jinx, as you mentioned.
I believe that's the third serve like that.
And that's one thing we've talked about, a lot of the missed hits by the Blue Devils. Very few service errors for Homer Center. A chance, Buggy, cross court, out of bounds. So Bellwood-Antis with 2 straight points. Now down by just 3. And that'll keep Haley McConnell back at the service line for the Blue Devils. Nice attempt there by Kaufman, but at the net waiting was number 13. None other than Lydia Worthing. Called her name a couple times for Bellwood. She's putting it all out there tonight, despite these results not being in her team's favor. Another nice serve. That one deflected. Once again by Worthing. So another free ball across. Tola gets it for Wildcats. Another block, a nice save by Sardone. Tola gets it back. And a missed hit. So don't look now, Adam. The Blue Devils
5-0 run.
Creeping back in here. Well, it'll be a 4-0 run. So they scored the first point.
Oh, yeah, my math is off.
I'm actually terrible at math, so I'm impressed I actually knew that. Bringing for it, Sardone's going to hit the set, trying to push it over, but on top of it are the Blue Devils. 50-50 ball, and point to the Wildcats. A double hit.
Yeah, and before that Wildcat point, that was really kind of the first run for Bellwood-Antis where they were able to string consecutive points, but Homer Center responded there and then put an end to that run.
Ashlyn Kerr, familiar spot back at that service line. Serve receive again has been a problem for Bellwood. Tola's going to save that after kind of off the mark. This one sent across, dug out by Williams. Sardone Back to Williams, will give it go, and in for the point. Blocked by the aforementioned Lydia Worthing, but out of bounds and point to the home Wildcats. And this could very well be their last home game of the season, depending on the results of that portage. The West Branch game. Buggy blocked down by none other than number 13, Lydia Worthing again. Again, Adam mentioned it. Despite the results so far, Worthing playing a heck of a game for the Blue Devils. Free ball across, save. That looked like it was going to go out of bounds. Been darn close, but playing on, are they? Chance, set. But that one knocked down by the combination of Williams and Kaufman for the point. Make it 9-6 now. That will send Kaufman back to the service line, wearing the best number in sports, Adam. If you didn't know.
24.
Oh, the best. I might have known somebody who wore it back in the day.
Was that your number?
It was indeed, and it's also my beer league softball number as well, so got to count for something. And I wore it before Kobe. He was still number 8, believe it. That's how I'm dating myself. That's how old I am, Adam.
Yeah.
Kobe was still wearing 8 when I was wearing 24.
Wow.
Nice dig in the back row for Bellwood-Antis. Pushed across, punched over by Buggy. Nice play to avoid collision with the net. And a block there, but out of bounds. Give credit to Gabby Page.
So are you saying he took your number?
I mean, I didn't say it, but I didn't say it. So 10-7. I mean, he might have gotten a hint. It's ironic that he changed it like the very next season, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Miscommunication there by Homer, just having to kind of get it across. And another point.
Who knows? Maybe somehow your basketball tape got out to Los Angeles, and he was just impressed with how you played, and he changed his number to 24 because of it.
You're 100% right. He saw this tall, skinny kid from Marion Center, and he was like, you know what? I gotta infuse a little bit of that in my life. So I'm not just one of the 5 greatest players of all time. Block down, save, nice job there by Bellwood. Kill attempt, but in to the net. The swing by Williams, just a bit off. And Bellwood kind of hanging around here in set number 3, down just 3 points. And this is the point where Homer was kind of able to put their foot on the gas in set number 2 and run away with it. So we'll see how Bellwood-Antis handles this set in a similar situation. That one deep and out of play. Bellwood back within 2. Back to the service line for the Blue Devils, Chloe Brown. Speaking of Blue Devils, you have a Duke fan, Adam?
Yes and no.
A great kill by Williams. Boy, oh boy, when she catches it at its peak, she is hard to stop. She'll head back to the service line. The correct answer for that was yes, because I'm a huge Duke fan. It's all Pittsburgh except for that.
Because I have a lot of I do like Coach Mike Krzyzewski, but obviously he's not there anymore. But
no, it's his last year. He's 1 year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that.
Last dance for him. That one blocked well by Bellwood.
But I guess with Duke is when Grace Now was on team, I just did not like how he played the game at all.
Oh, it's just like another JJ Redick. Everybody hates him because they hate them.
I guess so.
I like guys that have fun out there and can jaw a little bit.
It's one of those players where you hate to play against him, but you love him if you're on that same team as him.
Absolutely. And back to the action, and nice job there. A little battle at the net between Sardone and number 25. I'm sorry, Adeline Turek. And Sardone comes out on top in that battle. Put the Wildcats back up by 3. And one of the few returns that the Wildcats have not been able to come up with, and just kind of a wry smile on a couple of their faces, knowing that those have been few and far between here tonight.
You won't like this take, Joe, but anytime it's Duke and North Carolina basketball, I root for North Carolina every time.
I figured that was coming. You know, the funny thing is I like Carolina players when they get to the league, but up until then, not so much. And unable to handle that serve for the Wildcats, so 13-12.
It's like first ace for Bellwood-Antis in this match.
Yeah, Bellwood refusing to go away quietly. They now scored more points in this set than in any other. Hardly halfway through it. That one deflected. Another nice job up front for Bellwood. Now a chance. And into the net. That was a good call. Number 13. I mentioned her name several times today. Of course, Lydia Worthing.
It seems like there's been a lot of net violations by the Blue Devils. There's been some on Homer Center, but mainly on the Blue Devils. One of those self-inflicted wounds they've had all night.
Easy Sardone with the serve there. That one somehow gets across after hitting almost the middle of the net. Push. Nice job in the back row there for Homer. Spatola. This one deflected, but will drop in for a point. Really, it looks like the only person for Bellwood that is sort of having any presence at the net is Worthing. Haven't really seen too many two-person walls. And that one will graze off of what looked like two Bellwood-Antis players. And back to the wall for another Homer Center point. I almost said Freeport. I don't know why. None of these teams even resemble Freeport school colors.
No.
This gym definitely does not. Covered them 10 times this year, though. That'll do it. Buggy keeping this one alive. Here's a chance. That one skims off a Blue Devil's hand, but they keep it alive. Sardone's going to set this one up. Nice save again for Bellwood. They play on. Sardone. That one, again, two-person wall there. 50-50 ball, and coming out on top on that one was Lydia Worthing, keeping her team in this third set. She's been impressive. Really the one big takeaway that hasn't been negative for Bellwood. I'm sure they would agree that not everything has gone their way. But Worthing looking mighty impressive, and that serve below the net. Homer Center just 8 points away now from a victory in set number 3 and a match victory to move on to the semifinal round on Wednesday. Dugout. Chance Worthing. She's going to hit it. Saved by Sardone. Buggy now setting up Williams, but the point.
Double hit.
Yep. Bellwood-Antis catching a break there. And, you know, I always say you got to find a point where you got to really turn things around. You're trailing by 3. Homer needs just 8 points, and there's a point when you got to kind of go on a run yourself. It's not going to start here because that one is out of bounds. Homer needing just 7 points now to advance to the semifinals, in which they will play either West Branch or Portage. If it's West Branch, they'll go there. If it's Portage, they'll host another one here. Buggy. Sardone. And that one just a bit deep. It is now 19-14. Homer. This one obviously been a little bit closer, Adam, but Homer still very impressive here in this third set. Just seems like maybe Bellwood getting a little more comfortable, but another mistake. And that will be a timeout. So we too will take a timeout here on High Top Sports Network. For Adam Morganti, this is Joe Rhodes. We'll see you here in a jiff on this Club Savoy game night on High Top Sports.
Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop is the official clother of High Top Sports Network and is a family-owned company that can handle all your custom embroidery, custom sign, and laser engraving needs. Located at 409 4th Street in downtown Fort City, Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop can create sports and career apparel to the exact specifications of your organization. Their laser engraving department can put your logo or design on glasses, tumblers, insulated cups, signs, coffee cups, and more. Call Gross Embroidery and Sign Shop at 724-763-2800 2461 today.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. 20-14 the score here in set number 3. The Wildcats just 5 points away from putting this one to bed and advancing to the semifinals of the District 6 Class A bracket. Kaufman will have the honors here coming out of the stoppage. That one tipped. Sardone. Free ball across by Kaufman. That one blocked and out of bounds. Getting the benefit of the doubt there was number 21, Jessie Corrado. Looked like she might have gone into the net, but really the Blue Devils should be able to catch any break they can. Worthing will serve for the Blue Devils. That one across. Oh, Fatola, miscommunication. She saves it. Nice job by her. I don't think she was expecting to have to play that, but her teammates left her hanging there. No, it's no celebrations from the Wildcats here tonight after going up 2-0, and didn't have to tell them to pump their brakes like I did at the Heritage Conference Championship. Williams with the kill, but that one trickling back to the Homer Center side. Play on. Nice defensive job by Bellwood-Antis. Nice save by Sardone on the other end. Williams again. That one deflected but knocked down for another Homer Center point, and they can fill it in the dome tonight. The Wildcats just 4 points away from advancing.
Yeah, great rally there. A lot of this place has been tonight, but Bellwood-Antis isn't going down without a fight.
The acoustics in this place are certainly good. That one's going to hit off the top of the net, and another break for Buggy. That's the second time that she's done that here tonight. She's smiling about it. She knows. And Homer up 22-15.
As Mike Lang would say, smiling like a butcher's dog.
Yeah, Homer Center team not happy with me when I was calling the game on Thursday. Told them to pump their brakes because they were celebrating after the second set like they had already won the tournament, let alone or the World Series, let alone the that match. So little calm after a 2-0 lead this time around, Adam. You can't celebrate before you win, you know?
No.
Yeah, but you gotta wait till the final buzzer. But in this case, the third set is won. Williams, nothing the Blue Devils could do about it. That one is out of bounds. Make it 23-16 in favor of Homer Center. I'm surprised you never asked me about the outcomes when I played in this gym, Adam.
Did you say you never lost?
Never lost as a varsity
Really?
player. Yep. 4 for 4. My high school career in this gym. Not to rub it into the Wildcats fans out there. Sorry about it. Stingers just had your number. And a point to Bellwood-Antis. Within 6. But the Wildcats just 2 points away from a victory. Little room for error here for Bellwood. Sardone. One of the few sets that didn't find a hitter. Free ball across. Nice block up front for Bellwood. Tipped. They have to free ball it across. They do. Keep it alive. Sardone, the center, gets it. Right back to where it came from. And that was number 12. None other than Gabby Page. Match point. Expect this place to get pretty loud here in a moment, Adam. They can get this win. A volleyball program that's really been searching for a great deal of success, and they have it there. 25-17, the Wildcats come away with an impressive, dominant victory here in the the District 6, quarterfinal round over the Bellwood-Antis Blue Devils.
Yeah, pretty even final set. Again, Bellwood-Antis wouldn't go down without a fight after putting up only 5 in the first set and 11 in the second set. But yeah, once again, Homer Center just didn't beat themselves tonight, that's for sure. And it seemed like Bellwood-Antis, they had too many missed hits and too many too many balls that went into the net, but Homer Center, they're able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Homer certainly did take advantage of a lot of the errors. I mean, it makes your job a little bit easier when there's a lot of mishits, balls hit out of bounds, balls into the net, service errors. But you know what? The one thing you can't do when the other team's doing that is I don't want to say give in, but start getting comfortable, start getting maybe too loose and making similar errors yourself. And that was not the case here tonight. Homer Center crisp from the start. Great passing. Once again, great setting by excuse me, I'm sitting in a blank. I was looking for my roster. Of course, Macy Sardone. I apologize. Macy Sardone with another great match here. She was excellent at that KCAC Heritage Conference semifinal and championship. And that combination of Sardone and Williams, along with some other hitters like Page, like Buggy, like Kerr, like Kaufman, there's certainly weapons on this Homer Center side of things. Oh, Williams, I think I said Williams. I hope I sure did, because she's been excellent here so far. But, certainly a lot of weapons on that Homer Center side of things. And they look like a team that could have some sustained success as this playoff run continues. They're in the semifinal round now, and we'll wait to see who they will play in that. Again, if West Branch beats Portage tonight, they are the higher seed. They will host these Wildcats if Portage can upset West Branch. Portage, whose mascot is escaping me, Adam. I'm trying to think what Portage is. They're a new entry into the Heritage Conference, so I should probably learn that here soon, because they'll be playing in this gym along with the other facilities here at Homer Center shortly. But again, the only chance that Homer will have another home game here is if Portage could upset West Branch here tonight. And that would be certainly big news. And other big news here, Adam, Jake DeLuca, let me know that West Shamokin, too, will advance to the semifinals with a 25-17 win in set number 3 to down Bishop Carroll in impressive fashion as well. So Heritage Conference teams are looking good here tonight, at least on High Top Sports Network. And they both will advance to the Final Four of the Class A bracket on Wednesday, of course, on different sides of it. The only way that they would see each other would be in the finals. So, Adam, any other parting thoughts here?
I guess like what I said earlier, Homer Center they showed right from the gate they were the better team, but you got to give credit to Bellwood-Antis. They improved once after the first set, putting up 11 in the second and 17, but it just wasn't enough for Homer Center, and Homer Center they just didn't beat themselves tonight.
Yeah, and that's well said. And, even if Bellwood-Antis would have maybe been a little bit more sharp, a little more crisp, Homer just doing such a great job of receiving serves and getting the ball to their outside hitters, and that has a lot to do with the excellence of Sardone. But that's the one thing we talk about, the importance of being sharp this time of year, and that especially is the case when it comes to passing. And again, my first chance to see this Homer Center team was in that Heritage Conference semifinal against Cambria Heights on Thursday. They were passing the ball excellent then, and that trickled over to the championship game against West Shamokin, in which they won convincing in that with 3-0. So if they can keep up this passing game that you've seen, and they can continue to get to those outside hitters that I mentioned a moment ago, Adam, whether it be Kaufman, whether it be Page, whether it be Buggy, I believe Bentz as well. I apologize. I kept calling Buggy Bentz, I think. That's probably why. They both start with B. So I apologize to both those young ladies. Isabella Bentz, she deserves her credit. But certainly some weapons, as I said, and certainly a good chemistry with their setter. And that's been one of my big takeaways, not just tonight, Adam, but the 2 games prior to this that I was fortunate enough to cover here on High Top Sports. Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. Well, last but not least, we want to thank you guys. Well, I'm going to thank somebody else first. That, of course, is Club Savoy. Thank you for being tonight's official broadcast sponsor, Club Savoy. But last thing, as we like to do here, is thank you. You have many ways to spend your time, but you chose on this Monday, a brisk first day of November Monday, with us here on High Top Sports Network, and we couldn't thank you enough for that. And we always appreciate having you join us here and playing a part. I always joke that it'd be a little strange if we were just talking on microphones and no one was listening. So glad to know you're out there, because It'd be a little weird if that were the case. So, again, thank you for tuning in. We will have that District 6 semifinal on Wednesday at a place to be determined. But in the meantime, it is Homer Center 3-0 here today over the Bellwood-Antis Blue Devils. For Adam Morganti, my name is Joe Rhodes. We'll see you again on High Top Sports.